ready anytime you are.
Hey, I'm ready, man. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Morning Talk with Mike and Paul. I'm Big Mike, and that is my buddy in England, Sir Paul Honeyman.
The grumpy old git.
The grumpy old git. Is git mean old codger or?
It's the same thing.
Old dirty bastard? What is that?
No, it's not an old dirty bastard, but that is me.
Guys, man, it's been a crazy weekend, huh?
No, I had a great weekend.
Did you? Well, yeah, you did.
I got a phone call Saturday night. What are you doing tomorrow? Nothing. How'd you fancy going for a steak dinner? Don't ask me twice.
Yeah.
So I got to see my daughter, my granddaughter, and her partner.
Yeah.
And we had a great dinner.
Well, good. What did you have? Let me think. You had a sirloin steak.
Yep.
I knew it.
I will always eat a sirloin.
Yep.
A sirloin to me is the best steak. And I don't give a monkeys about tomahawks.
Well, I will tell you that I have eaten a tomahawk steak before. I didn't pay for it. Okay. Yeah. I've eaten Terry's favorite cut is a filet mignon.
That's Richie's favorite.
She doesn't get a big one. She gets about a 6 to an 8.
It's around up there.
Yeah, a 6 to an 8 ounce steak. I prefer a porterhouse steak just because of the fat and all that stuff with it, because I love charred fat on a steak. I mean, it's just absolutely heavenly. But, to each their own. Terry likes hers, knock the horns off and wipe its ass and throw it on a plate. She likes hers bloody. I like mine a medium to bloody, not medium, but right in that fine line. I don't care for a plate full of blood when I'm eating, but I do like it when it's nice and juicy and you can taste the meat and it's not overcooked. So that's what
I have a brother that literally used to take the meat out of the packet and just eat it. It never saw a pan.
I don't trust processors that much to do that.
Oh, he used to get it from the butcher.
Oh, and the reason I say that is I used to work at a place called Stone and Randall's out in Arizona when I was a kid. I used to go out there on the weekends, and I used to be the pick slinger, and the cows would come in and they would push them into this. It's like a watering trough. It moves its way through, and it's deep enough so the cows are like trying to balance and stuff. And you stand on these two big posts, and as they're floating through, I'm on one. There's another guy in another one in case you miss one. And all you do is it's like a pick with a flat end on each side, and you sling that thing and hit them straight in the forehead and kill them. Yep. That's what I did. And then later on, like in the summertime, I would go back into the processing area, and I used to cape, get them up on hooks, and then you start skinning them. And that's what the two jobs I had there. I didn't eat meat for the longest time.
Why?
Just the smell, being in a slaughterhouse all the time, the smell of it, I mean, I grew out of it later on, but at that time, that time in my life, and they would give you, you know, meat to take home and stuff like that. And I did, you know, burger and stuff like that, or chunks of meat. And then you'd put it through a grinder and make your own hamburger or whatever like that. They didn't give you like slabs of steak meat and stuff like that, but you know, there's all kinds of stuff. And then I had a friend that worked at a processing plant where they butchered hogs, and they would, once they did it, they had all the scraps and stuff. They would bag that stuff up, shrink wrap it, and they'd send it to another plant where they would take, you know, chicken, pork, and all that stuff, and they would combine it. And it was at an Oscar Mayer plant, and they made hot dogs that weren't 100% beef or anything like that, but they would. That's what normal. And I prefer those hot dogs over the pure beef. I don't like the taste of pure beef hot dogs, not at all. I like it when it's, you know, feet and beaks and pork and snout and all that stuff in a hot dog. And they just compress it and make hot dogs out of it. So once you worked in a place like that, you kind of get over it. I did work at
delivering meat for an abattoir.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you now, some of them quarters, because we did beef, some of them quarters are bloody heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, the largest one I did was 160 kilos.
Mm-hmm.
And you bring it down, you literally shove it on the hook onto there's 3 runners on the ceiling.
Yeah.
It goes onto the back, and it goes straight onto the machine. Push the button, it comes down. You stop it where you want it, and you literally put your shoulders under it, lift it up, and let it flop on your shoulder.
Yeah. Well, in England, do you have, like in Germany, they have a thing called Metzgerei, which is a butcher shop. And people go there and they buy their beef from there. You can still go to the supermarket and get processed, but in most butcher shops, they'll come in, the trucks will come into the back and unload like a half a cow. And then the butchers would actually
went in the front door.
Huh?
I used to take it through the front door.
Oh, whatever.
Butchers.
The meat.
We go straight from the abattoir to the butcher.
Yeah. So the meat that you get, I mean, it's straight off the cow. It's not whatever, and you're getting a fresh piece of meat. Now, most beef is aged. You know, it doesn't just go from the slaughterhouse straight in. It goes into a cooler. It hangs for whatever many days, and then it gets.
You'd be surprised at that, because not most of it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The meat we delivered was usually within 24 hours.
Wow.
Of being killed.
Yeah.
If you wanted aged meat, they had freezers out the back that they would literally, or rather coolers out the back that they would put them in, and they'd put your name on it, and you'd pay the bill immediately.
Oh, wow. I know in Germany, we were in Fulda, Germany, and there is a hog processing plant that was, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 kilometers outside of Fulda. And a soldier's wife worked there. And we were looking at having a big unit barbecue and stuff like that. And I found out that Germans don't eat pork rib. And she talked to the people there, and they said, yeah. And they said, well, we'd give them a set price on it. And I'm going, well, it was a good price because they get less for it, because they go somewhere and they debone it and they make whatever out of it. So we went there and they had these, oh my God, these big old pork ribs. And the guy gave us these 50-gallon trash bags and we doubled them up. He goes, and we paid 20 marks back then in Deutschmark.
That was a $5 back then.
And we'd fill those up and we'd pay 20 marks per bag. And we took them back, and man, we fed like 500 people out of three trash bags of pork ribs. Man, I'm going to tell you something. And she came to the barbecue, and she had never eaten pork ribs. And she goes, what? We're throwing this away? And I said, yeah, you guys are dumb. Welcome to America. So yeah,
we had a big barbecue on our base like that.
Yeah,
and the butchers put the price up by half.
Yeah. Hey, so let's say hello to some people in here. Let me scroll this up. I see. I do see Heartland Headquarters, Dink and Tank. There she is. That's Tamara. And they're coming on Saturday to the meetup, her and her husband. And he has a channel called, I want to say it, A Country Boy in His Paint Buffer. I believe that's the name of it. David. There's Kentucky Bluegrass Living. There's Wendy. Hello, Wendy. There's Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. There's Girly Sienna. Hello, my friend.
I think I'm going to call Wendy Tinkerbell from now on.
Tinkerbell?
Yeah. We've got our own Smurfette.
Yeah. There's the Bud Files. How are you doing? Glad you're in here. Peaceful Des. She was over on Ed's Live giving away stuff.
Yeah. Peaceful Des, my favorite snowflake.
That's right. Debbie Drox in here. Welcome in. Yeah, pork ribs. Love it. Christy Betts. What did you say? McDonald's, Burger King, Whataburger, In and Out, and others, plus the hamburger sold in the Walmart and others, were all the cows coming from? Well, I will tell you that you are not. I have a friend. His name's Tony. He has a cattle ranch in Missouri. He has a feeder lot in Iowa. And that's Anthony from Country Road Cure. Texting. And
does he know we do these?
Yeah, he knows. And so,
why didn't he get his ass on here?
Well, because I texted him before the show, and he probably just woke up. And he'd been on vacation. You got to get some sleep after you go on a cruise. All right.
So it's not just me that feels that way.
Yeah. And so he would ship to Iowa every year about 5,000 head of cattle, Black Angus. That's all he raises. He has his own pedigree, everything. Been running in his family and his wife's family or his ex-wife for years.
Tamara's just put David's channel up.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tamara. So he would ship him up there, and his oldest boy ran the feeder lot in Iowa. Well, he doesn't sell 1 ounce of beef in the United States. Okay. He sells all his stuff to a company in Japan.
Yeah.
And he gets top dollar. He gets the money that he can't make in the United States from these people. And the good thing is where he built his feeder lot is right next to the Northern Pacific Railroad line. And he has his own loading area. And when the Japanese buy his beef, not only is he getting top dollar more than anybody in the States is getting, they're picking up the shipping cost right there at the railhead. When they load them up on these cars, that's where they load them up and his responsibility is over. So why wouldn't you sell that?
Exactly.
That's huge dollars. And so the people in the States, you're not getting the top grade A, whatever beef. It's all getting shipped out of here because that's what they're buying overseas. And not just Japan, all over the place. They buy hundreds and millions of heads of cattle and they get shipped all over the United States, all over the world. So why wouldn't you do it? So you're getting, the Oklahoma scrub cows, the Texas scrub cows, whatever you're getting, and that's what's getting processed in the United States. And when you buy it, you're paying top dollar. Okay, the people that are making money are the people who process it out and sell it, not the rancher. Not the rancher.
It's the same in Australia with the sheep.
Yeah. Sure. Well, that's with anything. I mean, look at goat prices around the world. 75% of the world eats goat. But not us. What? I go hunting pronghorn. That's a goat. We absolutely love it. If somebody, we processed all the goats over at White Rock. We skinned them, we quartered them out, and they processed them. Goat meat is awesome, guys. If you're raising goats just to raise goats and you're not processing, that goat meat is awesome. So just think about it. You
can do so.
They're cute little goats, and they're sustenance for your family.
You can do so many different delicacies with goat.
Oh yeah. Oh, goat is awesome.
I mean,
I love lamb.
You can do roast. Yeah. Same as lamb. You can do roast lamb, roast goat. But I love my goat in curry.
Yeah.
It's the best meat for a curry. Hello, Jody.
Who is that? Jody Young?
Yeah.
Hey, Jody. Oh, she just gave us 5 more memberships. Jody, you don't have to do that, sweetie. But I appreciate it. Hey, and I appreciate your message you send me. I really enjoy those.
I hope Jody's, as a matter of fact, I don't hope, I pray Jody's doing better than she was the other night.
Yeah. Yeah, when you look at beef in the store and that little soaker pad is all full of blood, that means it didn't age at all. It was same day kill and packaged. You gotta age your beef, and you won't get that. That's the whole purpose of aging them. Let everything seep out. Hey, our cabin in the woods. There's Tony. Good morning to you, brother. Can't wait to see you guys. I am not able to eat whatever I help to butcher and cut and wrap. Yep. Yeah, when you're in that environment, it's kind of like when you process meat birds. After a while, that smell you just go, man, I'm not going to eat another chicken the rest of my life because it's everywhere, and you can't. It takes a while to get it out of your fingers and just the smell. Hey, Charlene Grady, welcome in. But I'm always willing. Like I told White Rock, I said, hey, I'm up here. I'll call Terry. This was after our fishing trip. I said, let's process these suckers. Let's get it done. And we knocked that stuff out. I think we knocked out all their goats in about 4 hours. We had them all processed and sitting on ice in 4 hours. So, yeah. And goats, no different than processing a deer. They're all the same to me. Just depending on the size is how heavy their innards are and stuff like that. So, but if you skin one animal, you can skin them all. Oh yeah, they got freezing rain up there. We stayed home. We didn't go nowhere. But now we can see the lawn out there. It's actually everything's really starting to melt. So we have more grass than we have snow now. Hey, Bodie. There's our friend Bodie.
There's Johnny.
Players Hideout.
And there's Johnny Gillum.
Hey. Got the Gillum Farms hat.
Big Mike's representing.
That's right. Hey, there's Donna. Road Trips Life and Redox is here.
All right. So, Johnny, when you go to the auctions next week, Big Mike would like to be represented. Just send him some 12 gauge.
No, I'm still looking for a box blade and a pair of pallet forks. That's what I'm looking for. I know Johnny didn't forget me. Yes, thank you, Jody, so much for that.
I wonder if Johnny's got any calves yet.
Calf shit? What?
Calves, baby cows.
Oh,
that's why he's staying down in the.
Oh,
with the cows.
They're calving right now. Well,
he's expecting.
Dude, they're next door here. They're dropping out like turds. I mean, we got calves every freaking where. I'm gonna tell you something.
I hope not, because have you stepped in a cow turd?
Yeah. I mean,
you step in a fresh cow turd, and it'll make sure you've got shoes on.
Yeah, muck boots. Good thing about muck boots, you can just take a hose to them, clean them off. All right, let's see. Philip W. Ryder's here. Jody's saying that she's feeling better. Yeah.
Yep.
I hate that. When I get bronchitis, man. I remember I had went out the back, was going to work one morning and not thinking. I walked out the back and it goes down at a little slope, and I had a cup of coffee and I had all my paperwork with me to go to work. And I opened up the back door, not thinking, hey, we just had ice and all that stuff. Shoot, up in the air, came down, landed on this side, cracked 2 ribs. And at the same time, I was sitting there, I was going, oh my gosh. And I was freaking screaming. And I just remember I went up in the air and I seen my cup of coffee. The coffee had left the cup, right? It was in the air. And when I landed, it all splattered all over me. And I was trying to get up, and I finally I crawled over to the car and grabbed the door handle, and I got myself up and trying to hold my side. And I called in sick, and I had Terry drive me to the hospital. And I said, I think I broke a rib. They took x-rays. He goes, you didn't break one, you broke two. And I'm going, oh, great. And she goes, and if I'm seeing this right, you have a tear in the cartilage between your ribs also.
Ouch.
Then I got sick. About a week later, I started coming down with bronchitis. And if you've ever coughed with bronchitis and you got broken ribs, dude, I cried like a sissy girl. Oh, because you had to get ready when you're going to get coughing. You got to get ready to hold everything in so you can cough, and trying to hold it down. Man, that was bad. Ribs are not, that's some painful stuff. You're so allergic to meat. Oh, really? Wow. There he is. Hey.
Yep. I will say, for those with upper respiratory problems and bronchitis, I don't like tea. I despise the pissing drink.
Yeah.
But mullein tea works.
What is that? Mullein?
Mullein. It's Mullein. You can buy it from Amazon. And
really,
yep, one in the night. I'll have a cup before I go to bed, and I'll have a cup in the morning. Well, they're both in the morning, really, because by the time I go to bed, it's morning. But before I go to bed, I'll have a cup, and I'll have a cup when I get up.
Yeah.
And you can buy them in the tea bags, so you don't have to use a strainer. I was literally coughing my guts up until I heard somebody mention mullein tea. So I thought, well, if it's working for them, I'm trying it. And I have been a strong advocate ever since.
Yeah.
Just like these mugs. I mean, this one's a perfect ice cooler.
Yeah. Bodie, yeah, you are locked in to put your tent up next to our travel trailer. We're good with it. We are good with it, brother. I started drinking a cinnamon tea.
Wow. Christy, sorry, Mike, but Christy Bestia says, my mother broke ribs falling backwards downstairs.
Ooh.
Sang in a church choir next morning, came home, coughed, and started screaming. She broke 5 ribs. A coffin moved them.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I started drinking cinnamon tea. And it's not like your normal. Terry had to order this stuff. It is cinnamon tea. It's got all the things are marked off. It doesn't have any of the additives, no whatever. It's gluten-free, sugar-free, it's blah, blah free, it's everything free. And it's a cinnamon tea. And it comes in a regular tea bag, and I put something like this on the coffee machine and then run extra hot water through there, and I make 16 ounces of it, and I drink it every night. I drink a thing of tea every night, and it's kind of helping me sleep, but I have noticed that my sugar test I do every morning is going down. And it's not like, you see commercials where they take a big old spoon of powdered cinnamon and throw honey in there and let it soak, and they put it in a mason jar and let it all saturate or whatever, and then they pour it in and make tea. I just do this tea bag, and I like the taste of cinnamon. I always have. I put cinnamon on my oatmeal, whatever I can do it. I like cinnamon toast, butter and cinnamon sprinkled on it. I just love the taste of cinnamon. And for some reason, that 16 ounces of cinnamon tea is actually bringing down my morning blood sugar. So, and something about cinnamon, supposedly, not a doctor, supposedly is supposed to attack those little critters that's in your pancreas that actually eat everything. I mean, they gorge themselves on any kind of magnesium and stuff like that in your body. But anyway, I'm not a doctor, like I said. Don't play one on TV. But I just noticed that. I don't know if it's a mental game or if it actually works. But I have noticed that my A1C has come down. I did do a blood test, and I haven't checked it online because our hospital puts everything online under my chart. Tony had, I had 4 broken ribs and cracks. Ooh, you crack your sternum? That's gotta hurt. Oh my God. I just started reading them. Go, what?
First thing after reading the first 5 words, I thought loosen your bra.
I'm surprised Paul didn't say something.
I was going to, but you beat me in there.
Oh man.
Tinkerbell, if you get a sore chest, loosen the bra. That reminds me, I've got to get some new vinegar. Some more vinegar today.
Stuff grows all over their place.
Hey, Evelyn.
Yeah, cinnamon tea is really good. I love it. You're welcome, Bodie. I drink cayenne in my coffee.
Yeah.
You mean cayenne pepper?
Yeah.
Wow.
Half a teaspoon.
I heard of that. You can buy cayenne pepper, or you can buy cinnamon at like GNC or wherever, and it comes in a capsule, and it's supposedly the capsule dissolves in your gut and stuff, and then your body processes the cinnamon. But I think that I was reading that when you drink it like a tea with hot water before bed, it processes, because it's already at above body temperature.
Yep.
It processes through your body a lot faster, and you don't lose a lot of the cinnamon, which of course your pancreas, the reason I guess you have a pancreas for a couple of reasons. Wasn't it that the humans developed no, what is that thing, appendicitis? Your appendix, that's what it was. Your appendix was grown in the human body because it used to filter out all the like dirt, and they used to eat bark and just all that stuff. It used to filter all that stuff, and we don't really use our appendix like they did during the caveman times and whatever. But your what do they call that? It processes all your sugars and all that stuff, and these little microorganisms just devour all that stuff, which raises your blood sugar and stuff like that. So you can't produce insulin. They love eating that stuff. So supposedly cinnamon's good for it. So, and I enjoy it. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, really? Hey, there's Jamie. Jamie's crying.
Yeah, I replied to Jamie, and she's never said nothing to me since.
Well, she replied to us, and we did order her her shirt. She went old school, MT Homestead old school shirt.
I said,
ordered for her.
I said, I had a dream last night, Jamie. I was every time I see holiday things, I see hammocks and I think of Jamie. I'm wondering if she's got enough support.
Oh, really? What is this? The seeds of mullins
are illegal to own.
Illegal to own? They actually have a law? I got to see that. Is it illegal? Is it a hallucinogenic, or is it? Why is it the seeds are illegal?
From what I've been reading in the things in the comments, apparently it's it paralyzes fish.
So, that's kind of strange.
It's an invasive, Mike. Johnny's just told you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hey, so there's a phrase going around, and it's called ice out. And this weekend, there was a huge, numerous protest. Of course, all blue cities.
Of course.
All blue cities. And the word ice out echoed across the nation this weekend as protesters took to the streets, calling for the end of the Trump administration immigration crackdown. Meanwhile, a preschooler and his father taken into immigration and custom enforcement a week ago was ordered by a judge to be released, and they were released back to hence they came from. And I thought that the Supreme Court just made a 6-3 ruling. Of course, the 3 liberal judges aren't going to vote on this, that said that judges cannot cannot enforce national bans on things. So I'm guessing that it has to be within whatever case, within whatever state or district that they're in, and it can't go outside of that. So if a judge puts a national ban on deportation, he can't do that any longer, according to the Supreme Court. They shot that down. The only judgment that a judge can do is if he's looking at one case and he makes a judgment on that case and that case only.
That's bloody right. It's taken them long enough to wake up.
Stop all these liberal judges from interfering in the executive branch. That's the reason why we have 3 branches of government. Okay, so not one thing can take over. And here's my point. When the Supreme Court makes a ruling, okay, and they make a ruling, let's take this for example. This was very controversial. When they made a ruling that says you cannot stop 2 consenting adults to get married, same sex, opposite sex, whatever. You can't stop it. I'm going to tell you something. Within hours, people were getting married in every state in the United States. Okay? And I'm all for it, right? If you've been married, okay, and you hit the jackpot the first time, great for you. If you've been married and you have suffered the agony of being married to somebody that, the fighting, the arguing, the, whatever, I think everybody should experience that. Okay. I don't care if Mark and Joe get married together. I think that they should absolutely experience what a great marriage is or what a horrible marriage it is. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're 2 dudes getting along, watching football every Saturday, sooner or later, you're going to fight about something, right? I think everybody should enjoy that. And I think they should also enjoy the fact that you can pay $30 to get married, but it's going to cost you $5,000 to $10,000 to get divorced. And I think everybody should experience that. Right? Who am I to judge? I'm nobody special. And that's the difference. When they say, and you don't see it on the news agencies, when they say you can't, as a judge, you can't throw a ruling out and make it nationwide. It has to be centered on the case that you're looking at, and that case only. Didn't get a lot of publicity, okay, because they don't agree with that. They think, hey, we don't agree with it. Let's find this judge over here, that DC judge, and he'll just make a ruling and everything's got to frickin' stop because we don't like it and we're upset about it and blah, 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 and it's hurting our feelings. All right? Screw your feelings, okay? I just think that one of the things that I seen Secretary Noem say that Trump told her, said, hey, this weekend there's all these registered protests. You're going to back off, rein in the dogs of war, let these people do their protest. And then he said something. He said local and state will be responsible for maintaining these protests. Federal people will back the hell out. If they burn down your freaking city, it's your fault. Yeah. Right? And he threw the blame on them. And you will get no federal funding when you burn down your city again, okay, or your state or whatever. And it's not the state of Minnesota. Minnesota is a great state. It is that cesspool called Minneapolis, St. Paul. Okay? That's the cesspool. The other one.
Don't you go blaming me for nothing.
Another one is New York City. Okay? Why
Don't
you're
you go blaming me
as a tax-paying person and you haven't, hey, let me look for another freaking job somewhere else. I got to get away from all this BS. Okay? Because you don't see it in red states. And if it is happening in red states, guess what's happening in red states? Local cops and sheriffs and highway patrol are going to crack your head open. That's just fact. All right? You don't see Oklahoma in the news. Well, you did because one of our state senators freaking stepped on her hoo-ha and used her campaign finances to pay things off, and she got caught. She's out, all right? And I'm all for that. But you don't see all this stuff, you know? You don't, I mean, we have metropolitan areas. You got Tulsa, you got Oklahoma City, but they're not going to let that stuff happen. Local law enforcement is not going to let it happen. If you're an illegal alien and you're in Oklahoma, your ass is getting turned over quick, fast, and in a hurry.
You've just been given a task.
Jody.
Yes, you've just been given a task. You've got to go shopping.
Please buy Terry some flowers, make her day. Oh, all right. You do know, Jody, that Terry goes to the store and she was raised in a flower shop outside of Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And her family owned a flower shop. And she grew up arranging flowers, delivering flowers. And one of the deliveries she hated the most was when parents, especially moms, would send flowers to their recruit who's going through basic training. And Terry would get in trouble, of course, with her mom and stuff like that. Stop talking people out of this. And she would tell the people, you don't want to do this. It's not going to turn out good, me delivering flowers to a recruit in basic training, even if it is their birthday. Oh, but I want to do it. So there goes Terry, gets in the delivery vehicle, goes on post, goes to the orderly room and says, hey, I've got flowers for blah, blah, blah. And then she gets to witness the humiliation of this person getting flowers in basic training.
Why?
So guys, here's my, as a former drill sergeant, I would tell you, if your kid enlists in the military, let them grow up. All right? It's only 9 weeks or 10 weeks. That's it. Let them grow up. Cut the proverbial, link between
the apron strings.
All right. And let them grow up. All right. They don't need that humiliation of sending gifts and flowers and all that other stuff. Now,
you can't do that over here.
You can't?
No. You go to basic training, you don't get no you get your mail, but you don't get no deliveries. And flowers, you're not allowed flowers in the barracks.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and my whole thing is when I was let them grow up, come to their graduation, see what you sent and what you got back. You're going to see a night and day change in that. Okay. Because we raise them up.
Jody.
The military raises We only raise people to do one thing: shoot, move, and communicate. That's their job. All right, your basic job. Then when they get into AIT, the advanced individual training, yeah, you can send them whatever the heck you want because they're in a school mode, not in the front lean and die position and stuff like that. So, but Jody, I will take care of that. You can count on me. I will do that. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah. Terry likes going to the store, and she'll go to the Walmart, and she'll see those little small bunches of flowers, not the big bouquet. But she'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then she'll bring them all home, and she'll arrange this beautiful. If you look on her Facebook page, she's really good at it. So yeah, I will tell you, packages get opened before a recruit gets them. And there's certain things they still can't have. Okay. And usually it gets trash canned. But they're brought in there and said, hey, your mom sent you all these cookies. All right. Inside of a box, inside of a Ziploc, and you can't have them. And they're going in the trash. But they let them know. Because there's certain things you can't have because parents have sent all kinds of crap. I'm going to tell you something. I mean, they've sent medication, and that's a no-no. If you've got a problem, we're going to find out about it, and people trying to hide certain conditions and stuff, and we'd find it. Yeah, because basic training is basically a quarantine. Yeah, I walked outside today, and it was nice outside. It's 40 degrees right now. All right. A week ago, it was still like 6 to 9 degrees outside with the wind blowing. And today it is 40 degrees and sunny in Oklahoma. Yeah. What are you laughing about? What are you laughing about, Paul?
I've just said to Wendy.
Paul. You are. Hey, Roadkill Ron's here. Overslept today. Hey, did you go on the cruise? It seems like everybody on the cruise was sleeping in today.
Hey, my favorite Karen has just come in.
Who, what?
My favorite Karen.
Hey, Karen Brest is here. Good morning to you. Yeah. Especially those valleys and like the north side of our house, the ice and snow is still piled up in the back because it gets no sunshine whatsoever.
Wendy just replied. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But so that happened, and that guy, I think Ramos's, they were released, and where they were at, I guess they had an outbreak with the illegals. There was an outbreak of the measles down in Texas at one of the detention facilities down there. So that's another thing is people were coming into the United States without, immunizations. And yeah, now we got a measles outbreak down there. Could it happen within a community? Sure. Does it just because they were in lockup getting ready for deportation? But anyway, so a couple of other things. Let's see. Meanwhile, a different judge denied a request. Now, here's the crazy thing: is that one judge is following his political party making decisions, and another judge following what the federal law says. Now, I don't know if this judge is a Democrat or Republican or whatever, but it says, meanwhile, a different judge denied a request from Minneapolis St. Paul to halt operations called Metro Surge, the federal immigration operation that has seen thousands of agents dispatched to the Twin Cities. Local and state officials sued the federal government earlier this month. They didn't sue them. They took them to court. They put in a lawsuit calling the operation a federal invasion that involves warrantless arrest and excessive force. Well, what they're finding out is these people in these states are not looking at what federal law says. All right. They're acting within their political party feelings. All right. While the Department of Homeland Security celebrated the ruling, which allows operations to continue while the lawsuit plays out, U.S. and state officials said they were disappointed by the decision. Really? Wham. You were disappointed. Guess what? There's a lot of that in your life. Okay. Especially, and here's my thing. And I think I figured it out.
You keep that thing in your pants.
Okay. What I have figured out why there is so much unrest. Okay. And it's just clear as day. I got my notes right here. As of the 2024 election in November, there was 210 million registered voters. Okay. Meaning, I don't know, maybe some states registered illegal aliens. I don't know, but there was 210 million people registered to vote. Trump got 77.3 million votes. Harris got 75.01 million votes. So about,
and I still say she should not have been in it.
3 million votes difference between the two when it was all said and done. All right. The total amount of people who actually voted was 152,320 people voted. Okay. That left 57.679 million people that said, you know what, I'm registered. I don't like either one of these yahoos, or my vote ain't going to count, or whatever. That's 57 million people. That is more people than lives in the UK. Okay? 57 million is more than the people living in the UK. So you're just saying, hey, a whole country didn't vote. All right? 57 million people didn't vote. What if everybody voted? What would have been the outcome then? Would he have won by a bigger landslide? Or they would have said, you know what? I'll just vote whatever. But that's why there's so much unrest. There's only 2.3 million votes difference between Harris and Trump. Yeah, he won, all right, the Electoral College and all that stuff. But there's just as many people on the left that are hating everything. And then there's 77 million people on this side enjoying the fruits of getting rid of all the people in the United States. I get it. They're not going to agree, and this is what happens. The downside of it is, and here's the downside, people are going to get hurt. I'm not wanting them to get hurt, but people are losing their freaking minds. Okay? You got this nurse that's supposed to have been, they portrayed him as this, oh my God, he's a, touchy-feely, great guy, blah, 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 saves lives, does all that stuff. And he probably does in his job. But when you watch the video of this so-called nice person when he's in his job and stuff like that, kicking the shit out of a car, spitting on cars, yelling and screaming and acting like an idiot. And oh, by the way, toting a loaded firearm. And he was a concealed carry guy, and that was fine. But you don't fight with cops because as soon as they see that, shit hits the fan. Okay? When someone yells gun, everybody in law enforcement draws their shit out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make for a good situation. Okay? It doesn't. And then you can play all the, but he was this and he was that and blah, blah, blah. The fact of the matter is, when you act stupid in a no stupid zone,
stupid is what stupid gets.
Something bad happens. Okay? If you park in a no parking zone and you get a ticket, hey, you just go, oh shit, but I didn't know. We don't care that you didn't know. Okay? Here's your ticket. In the same sentence, when you act stupid in a no stupid zone, and I would say a no stupid zone is anywhere around federal agents, it ain't going to turn out right. It ain't going to turn out good. And everybody, but like I said, it's not as bad as, remember the BLM. If you kill a known felon, a drug addict, somebody that was high at the time and had health problems anyway because of his drug abuse, all right, and because he was black, we're going to burn down all these cities. But the great thing is they burned down the cities where they live. They were all blue cities. Nobody came to a red city and tried to burn that down. Why? Because the cops would not stop until they had everybody in custody. That's the reason why. That's why people are
insurance had to pay out.
That's why they're moving to Florida. They're moving to Texas. They're moving to Oklahoma. People are getting away from all that stuff. And yes, there is a division in the country. All right? Yeah. Right now, and here's the one thing I don't understand after reading all this stuff this weekend. Why haven't we figured out who's paying these paid protesters? When you see these rallies and everybody's got uniformed signs. Somebody produced all that crap. People have these expensive gas masks. They're not cheap. But you see all these people going, oh, You know, I don't have a job. I'm a student. But I got this. Someone issued me a gas mask. Who's doing all this, and why haven't we figured it out? All right. If you got that many people protesting and that many people getting paid to protest, somebody's got to have loose lips, because loose lips sink ships. Okay, found that over in Venezuela, right? So I just don't understand. Yeah, NGOs. All right, I agree. Mindy Cactus said it. I'm sure there's a lot of NGOs that are out there paying these protesters, supplying all this stuff, because I think there was like an SUV pulled up, they opened it up, and they just started piling out the gas mask, box after box. And one of the reporters picked up the box, and it was a U.S. manufactured gas mask that they were handing out. So yeah, these NGOs are probably, and they should all be arrested. Sorry, but it is what it is.
I'd go one better. Arrest the bastards and then seize the funds.
I agree.
Put it back into the budget.
Hello, Evelyn Newman. Welcome in. And there's Janice. Janice is here. Everybody said hello, Janice. Yeah. So, let me go down this thing here because, here's a good one this weekend. ICE was put on notice by the mayor of Chicago. And this guy is a clown. This guy is a clown. All right. Mayor Brandon Johnson on Saturday signed an executive order directing city police to investigate and document alleged misconduct by federal immigration officers with an eye towards prosecution. The move comes as 9 local district attorneys launch a coalition this week to assist the prosecution of federal law enforcement officers who violate state law. All right, you guys are lawyers. I'm not a lawyer, okay? But what I have learned is federal law, check this out, federal law trumps state law.
Especially when Trump's in charge.
Okay. So if let's just say Brandon Johnson's police down there in Chicago, who he's let hang out to dry so many times, arrests a federal agent and incarcerates the agent, right? Puts him in jail for whatever.
He's a good-looking fella.
How long do you think it's going to be until Pam Bondi and her staff pull this guy out of there? All right. I think pretty quick. And oh, by the way, you can prosecute all you want. If Trump goes, I'm going to pardon you, there's nothing you can do at the state level. It's over with. Okay? All you people have to do is go home, enjoy your life. Number one, go find a job other than being a paid protester. Go out, have a great life. Let's clean up the 21 million people that flooded the United States. All right. And again, I will say this over and over. I'm not for total mass deportation. I am for all these freaking criminals that we know of that blue cities have let go time and time again, who have killed American citizens, who have stolen from American citizens, okay, has impeded on your rights as a citizen and expect to be treated like a citizen. When you broke federal law, coming into this country, you're a felon already. Okay? Now, I get it. There's a lot of people out there, and there's people who listen, who have relatives who have illegally migrated to the States, and they have strong opinions on returning their loved ones back to the country in which they came. Okay? But if you're out there protesting in LA and say, Viva la Mexico, what the hell are you doing here? Go back. If it's so great back there and you're so proud of being Mexican and you don't want to be an American, then go back. I'm sorry. If you're so proud of that, go back. I don't think in the next 3 years, Trump is going to let up on everybody.
I pray he doesn't, because it's about time Britain got some balls of their own.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got protests going on all over the country right now. Not just the farmers against the imports, but British patriots are literally marching up and down every city.
Yeah.
Come on, what was funny?
No, it was Anthony.
What was funny?
No, he was
what
just
was funny?
It wasn't funny.
You laughed. It was funny.
No, it was something else that popped up on my screen. I can't talk about it.
But I'm a strong believer, like you've just said, if you're using a Mexican flag, shouting "Viva Mexico," they should fuck off back here.
Yeah.
We feel the same way about the illegals over here. If your country was
I seen people down in Florida, they were waving the Haitian flag.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, but Haiti is a shithole.
Yeah.
If you've ever been there, okay, if you've ever seen what goes on in Haiti, I mean, one side of it is a certain way and the other side is chaos.
Yeah.
And then that chaos floods over to the other side. They have absolutely destroyed the island of Haiti. I don't know who, and if you're dumb enough to go there to help out, then you get everything that's coming to you. All right. It's kind of like being a dumbass and saying, "Hey, I'm living in Iran." What? You know, how many people, dumb people go, "Oh, we were hiking these mountains and we kind of wandered into Iran."
Yeah.
What the frick? And we're supposed to drop everything to get you out because you were dumb.
If you love your country so much, stay there. Don't fucking bring it with you.
Yeah. Yep. And you guys got a serious problem in England.
Oh, yeah.
And see,
because we've got a dick in charge.
And here's the weird thing is,
I should say a dickless wonder.
There's only a couple of ways to get into England. You can fly in. You can take the channel, or you can take the boat into Dover. Okay.
Or Felixstowe.
Huh?
Or Felixstowe.
Okay. When I went there, I took the boat ride in. I took the channel out. But that is a pure example of the English government failing their citizens. All you have to do is put somebody there when they come off the boat. Nope, sorry, you're on this boat. You're going the frick back.
Yeah.
Okay, easy. They're on the channel. No, get over here in this line because you're getting on the one going back. You're not coming into our country.
Do you know the French Navy are actually escorting them to the halfway mark?
Yeah.
France got paid £50 million to stop them leaving their shores. They use that and provided rubber boats.
And that was the whole purpose or the plan of the French government to get illegals out of their country.
Huh?
There's a better place. It's called England. Most people in the world speak some sort of English. Okay? They do. Why would I want to learn French when I can go over there? And oh, by the way, like in the States, I can get a place to live. I can get money in my pocket. I can get a debit card, an EBT card. I can get free medical care because I ain't got to pay for nothing. All right. I go to the emergency room for everything. All right. You can do all that stuff. Then you got NGOs helping you out. You got free lawyers to help you process. All right. But the thing I can't understand is how in the world can you commit a crime or multiple crimes and your law enforcement and your legal team let you out of jail?
Yeah.
So you can commit more. I would think if I'm like the mayor of Minneapolis and I'm going, these cops got to do everything I tell them to do because I'm the mayor. I can fire their asses. If we catch somebody committing a crime, we go, whoa, this is like, he's done this before, commit a crime. I call the federal agents and they get rid of them. And if we do this and we work in conjunction with ICE, the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, and we get rid of the bad people that we have in our jails, they might ease up, and the peaceful immigrants that are in our community, they'll leave them the frick alone. But that's not what they're doing. They're one for all and all for one. It's like the frickin' Three Musketeers. All right? They're going to go down with the ship. These politicians are going down with the ship, and they don't care. And they showed that when U.S. congressman or senator or whatever flew down to South America to sit and have a beer with a guy we deported that was a known criminal. Okay?
Wasn't he a
That's
cartel
when it
member?
told me that our people have lost their frickin' mind. They've lost their frickin' mind.
Politicians are bought.
Oh, I know they're bought. That's a true fact right there. What the heck is this, cowboy? Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. How's everybody doing?
I heard you guys are dropping calves like rainwater.
No, we're not dropping
No, he's still waiting.
We're not dropping anything yet, apparently.
Man, I've got a freaking zoo next door to me. They're dropping like, good Lord.
I've got.
And that's not the bad part. When they wing them, that's when you can't get no sleep at our house because the weaning barn's right next to our bedroom.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's at least 3 days of just bawling, at least. But right here, this is the one I've been watching real close. And then I've got another one that's right up here. Let's see here if I can get on her. White face up there.
Okay.
I've been watching real close right now.
Oh, they're on the cusp of calving?
They're like any second type deal.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was hoping it'd be today because I'm trying to get a video out for tomorrow, and I'm like, man, I wish I could have a calf to finish this video off with.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, get after it.
Oh, so you're there as the filming crew to get a live shot of a calving.
Right.
There you go.
So anyway, and y'all know Danny right here.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
Danny.
mention his name and he backs off.
Yeah,
he says,
backs
no,
off. He
I
backs
ain't
off.
playing.
He backs off right now, but one of these days he won't back off.
Yeah. Yeah. Danny's
Every time Johnny goes
Danny's
up for
the
a
hit of the
pet,
show.
Danny goes, so that.
I think Danny's got more views than the rest of all your videos combined, just about.
I don't know.
He's a superstar.
Not anymore, Mike. Over the last year, the other stuff has just really taken off. But he's gotten a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, but
I'm
yeah,
just glad
I was listening. I've been listening this morning, and you bring up a lot of good points and stuff like that. I'm a little different. I am for mass deportation. I think everybody should come in the right way.
Yeah.
So go home. Just go home. Get your ducks in a row. Come back the right way. Come back like they did whenever we had Ellis Island. Everybody came through there. You know, you come through and you kind of want to be incorporated into the U.S. You want to, you understand, we're a different country and stuff like that. Do not bring your country here. And when I say that, I mean your Sharia law, your all of those things. Don't bring that stuff here. Yeah. Just understand we're a nation of laws and the Constitution and things like that. Just come back and do it the right way. I mean, because you want to be an American. Come back because you want to be an American.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's kind of. I mean, I may be in the minority of a lot of people nowadays. I don't know, but
I don't think so, Johnny.
I really don't.
I mean, we feel the same way over here.
Yeah.
If you want to come to our country, leave your laws behind. You live by our laws.
Yes, Paul. I feel really bad for you guys over there. I mean, but a lot of it is elections. I watched something last year on you guys have Parliament and all that stuff. Last year they were voting certain ways because they feared for their life if they voted the way that their heart told them to vote.
Yeah.
So they're voting by fear. That's insane.
Yeah.
And
or in fear of losing their job.
Well, that's us here. Over there, they were literally voting because they were afraid they would die.
Yeah.
if they voted a different way.
Yeah.
Over here, it's just keep power at all cost.
Yeah.
I
think the plan was open up that border, get as many people, and they will vote the way we want them to vote. That was the whole plan. And hey, we can get another whole group of people under government slavery, meaning we get them hooked on money and we'll pay for everything and you'll get all these benefits, and we can get them into government slavery. Like we have so many people nowadays, they're so dependent on the government for their livelihood. And now you see all these little videos of people crying that Trump took away this and Trump took away that. And now, oh my God, I got to go get a job now.
Right.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I'll say this to you, lot, you Americans. Whatever you do, fight for your Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Our government took that right away from us back in this. It was the early 70s, late 60s.
Yeah.
Now the only people that have firearms, farmers allowed shotguns, police, special units carry weapons.
Well, two things happened.
It's the criminals.
This last week, and one of them was the Republican won the special election in Tennessee, and then in Texas, they had a total flip, a Republican seat that was open, flip Democrat in Texas. So
Nuts.
that sucked.
Right.
Texas actually got a Democrat in.
Texas is, it's the one that they all want. They want Texas bad, and if they get Texas, which I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibilities. It's a bad deal.
Yep.
It's a real bad deal.
Any Texan who votes blue should be shot for a traitor.
It's like people. It's like Arizona. Arizona used to be, when I was growing up, was a Republican state. And then everybody that got sick of California moved over to Arizona.
Exactly.
And they California'd my Arizona.
Right.
They brought their shit with them, just like immigrants are bringing their stuff with them. And they want it to be like they were back home. You're not back home. You're not in California anymore. You left there because they robbed you blind.
Yeah.
And now you bring your crap into this state.
Exactly.
And they're doing it to Texas now.
Yeah. They there's a lot of, like Texas is filling up with mosque and things like that. They have a lot of blue cities. I mean, Texas is full of blue cities.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. The people out that are, like working the cows and stuff like that, I guarantee are not voting blue. It's all those liberals that have moved in with and going to college, their liberal arts degrees and things like that, and think that socialism it will be different now because we're doing it, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's crazy.
Well,
I was going to show you Elmer here. If I can get him to stand still for a second. This is a different set of cows here. So these are the heifers and Elmer. Here's my buddy Elmer right here. Hey, Elmer. So
he's completely different from his daddy.
Yes, he will let me come up and pet him and do all the things and stuff like that. But hopefully you can see him.
I'm sorry, but mosques should be shut. If you want to pray in a mosque, go back where you came from.
Well, I mean, there's mosque in the United States, The
more mosques you get, Mike, the more bloody people are going to come over.
I get that, but you don't. Just because someone comes over, you can't say, well, now you have to be a Christian. Okay.
No, we're not saying that.
That would be really unconstitutional if they say you can't bring your religion or you can't worship the way you're worshiping. I mean, unlike the FBI back in, a couple of years back, sent in informants into the Catholic Church to find dirt on them. That was wrong. Nobody's been prosecuted.
They won't.
And they won't be.
No. As long as you keep funding Islam and the Islamic states, they won't prosecute them.
Yeah.
Well, see, the problem is it's not. Well, let's just put it this way: it's the law, the Sharia law.
Yeah.
So
and it has no right to be in a Christian community.
That comes with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they can't be Muslim and they can't, do this and that, but they cannot bring Sharia law to the United States.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it goes over like a fart in church, kind of like people saying, what is that thing? I am a sovereign citizen. And they think that that's going to get them out of stuff. And then, you watch video after video watching them get their ass handed to them.
Right.
Because, hey, we don't play that stuff. And I don't know where they came up with this stuff.
Right. Sovereign
citizen. With Sharia law, you can't Okay, under Sharia law, my wife, made me look like an ass at whatever, and I have the right to kill her. And
Yeah.
do nothing to me. All right.
Right.
We had a case like that last year. There was a
Yeah,
father and son killed a daughter. He killed his sister because she spoke to an Englishman.
Well, it's because they believe in that thing that we always threaten. I brought you into the world, I can take you out of the world. And that's absolutely true.
Right.
So,
Right. Like I was saying,
we don't need that. We don't need shit like that. And, I watched a video of this guy. They kicked the last preacher out of this town. And he was protesting to the city council that he was being forced out because they kept throwing regulations on him. They couldn't afford this and couldn't afford that. And the mayor was sitting there, and he told the guy, he goes, when you take your church and yourself out of our city, I will hold a parade watching you leave. And that's what you get. Okay. And that should not happen. But nothing's happening to them. It's kind of like if you're a minority, you can get away with freaking murder just about, even though they're committing 55% of the crime. It's sad. It's sad.
Britain went completely bonkers over the uproar for that Floyd George.
For the what?
Floyd what was his bloody name? The junkie that was high as a kite and got killed.
I don't know.
It started all the riots off.
Oh, Floyd.
Yeah,
George Floyd.
Oh, it's George Floyd. I thought it was Floyd George. But
no, you have the boy George, don't you? Or is that Australia?
No, Boy George is English.
Keep him over there.
What?
Keep him over there.
We got plenty of our own Boy Georges over here.
Yeah. and our own George Michaels and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know Boy George is actually a trained boxer?
You'd almost have to be.
Yeah. Whatever he wears even today, you'd have to be able to defend yourself.
His father was a heavyweight, and he trained him.
Oh, wow.
His father's got it. At his
I
own
did
boxing
not
gym.
know that. I did not know that.
You do now. I mean, he was a county boxer.
I read somewhere.
He turned to music.
I think it's in Romans in the Bible about you have a responsibility to obey the laws of the land because God allows your government to be in place.
That's true.
In a government that is founded under the principles of God and Christ's teachings, we are slowly but surely moving away from that, or that strong belief on how we founded this country. And I think that the Christian community is failing everybody by not being loud and boisterous about it. These churches are being more politically correct than they are. Okay. If the Christian churches had the same get up and go as these non-denominational churches and Muslims and stuff like that, I'm telling you something. As Christians, we are failing our country. And I don't mean that in a bad way. If you really look at it, and the number of Christians in the United States, I don't care what religious branch you are, if you call yourself a Christian and we're allowing this shit to go on in our country, that we were founded on the principles of God, we're failing. We are freaking failing.
Yeah.
Because this stuff should not be going on. All right. I mean, be a Christian in Iran and see how far that gets you.
Right.
Oh, but you come to the States and we gotta play by the rules. But it started with when we took like the 10 Commandments out of public view, and we took it, if they could, they would have took off "In God We Trust" off our money years ago if they could do it.
They tried.
It is, it upsets me, that the Christian community is absolutely failing us because they're the loudest voice in this country. And I
don't think they're the loudest voice. And the reason I say
they've got
that
to be. They've got the biggest gobs.
Christians have been persecuted so much. I mean, the most persecuted religion in the world, you can look it up, is Christians.
Yeah.
Okay. They've been persecuted so much that the reason for silence is because anybody says anything, then it's just on and on and on and on. And a lot of people, we call that, they're calling this stuff fatigue now at this point. You'll see a lot of stuff out there about different kinds of fatigue.
Yeah.
And this is a fatigue that we have. And it's just, people will tell, we, like our church, I'll tell you, our church, the parishioners, us, we take care of the grounds at our church. Okay. So there'll be a volunteer group that goes out there, they mow, they pick up everything, they do all the stuff around the church. Well, somebody in the paper who has a gossip column said that our church, we had a Mexican that was taking care of our grounds, and our pastor called ICE and had them come and get him and deport them and their family. And that is absolutely 100% false. But I guarantee if you go around our town right now and you ask about our church in particular, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, that's the one that did this to, called ICE in on this poor Mexican family that was just trying to make a living and stuff like that." We didn't have anybody out there taking care of it was a absolute made up, fabricated lie.
Yeah.
And you go and you try to defend it, and you become it's almost impossible. So churches nowadays, I hate to say this, but a lot of churches, what they're trying to do is they see their congregations dwindling, so they start changing their message. They start going, "Oh, we need to get more new blood in here," so they will change their message. The problem is the message didn't change with God. It's the same. It's the same message.
Yeah.
But they changed their message in order to get, be more inclusive, I guess you'd call it. And whenever you become more inclusive and you start laxing off and telling everybody everything is okay and everything like that, that's where the big problem with Christianity is.
I think the message is the same. When the Catholic Church started, it started with great intent, purpose. They built his church on the rock. But I think over time, the problem with religions are, and it's not the message of God and Jesus Christ. All right. Everybody's online. As long as you read what's in red, that's the word. It is like the Catholic Church, and then Martin Luther says, "You know what? I don't agree with certain things here, and he thought he was supposed to be the next pope and all this other stuff. And so he moved and built his church, the Lutheran church in Dresden, Germany, which wasn't called Germany back then, but in that location, and that's where his church was built. Then the Lutheran started spreading across Germany, which, again, England, if you remember back in the day, they were all part of the Catholic Church. And then the Church of England happened because Henry didn't agree that he couldn't have.
No.
Hang on. He was not the voice of England. He thought he was being forced because he wanted divorces or whatever the hell the case is. And then the Church of England was built, and it went on and on and on. I think the problem, and the whole part of this is not the historical accuracy, is that the message is the same in Christian religions. I think that churches form to suit the personal needs of the people that worship at that church. Okay? Or else we wouldn't have, umpteen number of Christians within the United States or the world. They developed the church, the Methodist Church, on and on and on, to fit the parishioners that go there. Because you have to feel comfortable in the church that you go to, or you'll try to look for another church.
Yeah, you'll church shop. You'll look for a church that you think goes along with your values.
Yes.
And people will, like, if they have a value system that is, I'm going to say this right now, ungodly. If they have a value system that's ungodly, they'll find an ungodly church.
Yes.
So that's what I meant by the message. There are churches who will change their message, maybe not the message, but they'll change the worst thing in history is to actually lead people to hell. And I mean, that's it. If you lead people to hell is way worse for you than it's ever going to be for the person who leads them.
Yeah.
And I've said it many times. I've said it on lives. I've said it everywhere. You can love somebody to hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can absolutely love someone to hell by not sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ, by not telling them, hey, I love you. I absolutely love you. I do not love what you are doing.
Yeah.
And this is how you can get to heaven, but, you'll have to change these things, this thing about you in order to get there. And you'll have to profess that Jesus is Lord. He came, he died for your sins so that you might attain the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
So, but if you sit there in silence and just don't ever say anything because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelers, you're not helping them.
You're part of the problem.
And you're not. And the thing is you have to realize a lot of people call that being judgmental. It's not being judgmental. What it is, it's being educational. It's like just letting you know what you do with this information. It's up to you. But I love you to death. It's just that you're going to have to, you might need to think about this. Here, go read this part of the Bible, read this verse, read this chapter, read this author, and see what you think about it after all of that and stuff.
Sure.
And then you pray for that person, and which we always do. It's just but you can love somebody straight to hell. And if these churches are just taking you in and telling you, hey, what you're doing is okay. We had guys come in. We had a men's group, and we had a guy come in there, and he had been to another church that said absolutely everybody goes to heaven. Everybody. Doesn't matter what you do, you just go. And so we said, so what's the So why are we good then? Why do people try to do the right thing if no matter what they did, they would go to heaven? What's the how does that work and stuff like that? He said, well, I can't believe that there would be a loving God that would send anybody to hell. And it's like, well, he loves you. He loves the sinner. He absolutely loves the sinner. Uh, he just, in his love, he is trying to tell the sinner, what's going on, what they're doing, and what they need to change and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, and that's the thing and he wants us to be godly. And so in being godly, then we are supposed to, for those who can't see or whatever, we just let them know, hey, love you. Just, I guarantee you. I mean, I've got a kid right now. I got a daughter who's got a lot of demons, and I try to I share it with her every time.
Yeah.
And and she knows I love her. She knows I love her to death. And now I have two daughters, so if one of them is right on board with me, and the other one is got demons. And I share it with her a lot, and my hope and my prayer is that she, finds her way back.
Yeah.
And that's it. But I'm not going to not share the gospel with her just because I'm afraid of hurting a feeler.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right. I ran it enough.
No, it's fine.
No,
I just think that none of us absolutely 100% knows what God thinks.
Yeah.
We know what he's done. Okay.
I know what
we have his word.
I will never pretend that I know what God's thinking. I'm never going to say, the reason he gave us free agency is to choose which direction we want to live. Do we want a godly life? Do we want an earthly life? Whatever the case, whatever it is. I'm not one to say who can marry who. That's not my decision. That's not my place. I am not the judge and jury. We know who is. And in the end, when we finally ascend, hopefully, to heaven, then we'll know. When that veil's lifted, you're going to go, holy crap, I was wrong all these years. Or, hey, I hit it just right. Or I could have done this, or I could have done that. So I think that a lot of people are turned off. I've heard people say Christians are too judgmental, and then they don't practice what they preach. You hear all kinds of stuff. I had a child.
Christians also don't stone each other.
And he went on a path of destruction, and he died that way. Although he goes, I believe there was a guy called Jesus Christ, and he was on the earth. He read the Bible because he spent most of his adult life in prison anyway. And so he read the Bible several times, and he goes, I believe that there was a guy. Okay. But he was an atheist, and being atheist is easy because you can denounce everything. And because he was a drug addict, and they hate being judged. They want to be forgiven on a drop of a dime, but they don't want to be judged. And I learned that over the years. But I just think that as Christians, we could change the tide. And I think that the one thing that we can all agree on, and I believe this, you ever listen to that song by Brooks and Dunn's, I Believe? You ever hear that song?
May have, but I'd have to hear it to know what it
It's
was.
done by Brooks and Dunn, and the guy, the old man, kept saying that he knows he's going to see his wife and his children in heaven, and the more he reads the words written in red, makes him believe even more. So, with that, it is going to be a very strong test of where this country goes to. If we're going to recover from all this mayhem that's going on, and like I tell everybody, we created this problem, and when I say we, our government created this problem that we're trying to deal with now. And if people don't understand that, I get it, the human toll, but you weren't supposed to be here, not this way. And I pray for all the government agencies, the law enforcement, our paramedics, our EMS, our hospitals, our nurses, our doctors that have to see the aftermath of all this crap going on. We pray for you. We pray that our leaders will come to their senses sooner than later, and we can get back to being a country under God and not politically correct, because we're choosing politically correct over God, I feel, and that's just wrong. So anyway, guys, hey, I want to thank everybody for coming in. I know we lasted a little bit longer than normal, but who cares, I ain't got nothing to do today. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for coming in. I want to thank Paul for always being here. Johnny, thanks for coming up.
Good to see you, Johnny.
Hey, good luck on that filming of the calving. So
Yeah. They're going to have to get after it. Come on, girls.
Before you cut us off, Mike.
Because you could be sitting here and all of a sudden you turn around and it's on the ground.
Yeah, I know. I'll be here on the deal and I go back out there and there it is. And I'm like, oh.
Before you cut us off,
yeah.
I've got something to say about Johnny's thing about heaven. We all get to heaven, Johnny, but we only get to the front gate. God is the CEO. St. Peter is security.
Yep.
You've got to get past St. Peter before you get any further.
Yeah, you got the, isn't that funny how there's gates and all that stuff? Gates and walls?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way it is. Nancy Pelosi's got gates and walls.
Right.
Yeah, it's about time somebody shoved her head through it.
So anyway, guys, thanks for coming in. Hey, Belt Loop, how you doing? Sal's Camper Live, welcome in. But anyway, guys, Plywood, thanks for coming in. And everybody else, again, we will be back on Friday. So come check us out. Tomorrow on Sergeant's Talk TV, if you've seen the video, go over there to White Rock. They're not coming home, guys, and find out why on their last video. And I have, since Jason's not going to be back in the States, I've got a special guest that's coming in to do Sergeant's Talk TV with me. You haven't seen him on the air very often. He was a sergeant in the Army, and he lives out in the country. And I hope you guys will come in and find out who that is. So he'll help me out. Guys, we love you. Remember, one another.
You did an announcement and didn't spill the beans.
What announcement?
You can do it.
Huh?
You can do it.
I can do what?
You said you've got somebody coming on and you never let it slip.
Well, I let you know. You know who it is.
You told me, but you didn't tell everybody.
I can't tell everybody.
I bet I've got it
That's
figured
what I'm
out.
saying.
I bet
you can't keep your beans in.
But anyway, he'll be joining me. It's at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays for Sergeant's Talk TV. We're going to be talking about what is an illegal military order? All right, because it's hot and heavy in the military world right now. So we're going to talk about that, get to the bottom of it, and then on Wednesday, Terry and I will do Hanging at the Homestead at 8 o'clock. Johnny comes on at 5 o'clock, right? On Thursday. So check him out. And Paul, is like always, he'll be somewhere giving his
I'm everywhere.
Or his 2 pence worth.
Hey, I'll have you know.
Pence? How much is a pence?
Pence is a penny.
Okay. His 2 pence worth.
I'll have you know that with inflation, it's 10 penny now.
Y'all need to get on board. Anyway, guys. Oh, and by the way, don't forget our merch store. Morning Talk with Mike and Paul cups are out there. T-shirts are out there. We've got everything up there, guys. And Wednesdays, we're going to be giving away meetup shirts. So make sure you're there. And you
Things are great for keeping your water cool.
All right, guys. Love you guys. See you on the next video. Bye.
Stay safe, everyone.